Hi guys, welcome to Pro Hire Truck TV. Now, as you will have noticed, we haven't got Pat with us this week. The reason being is he's asked me to do a Truck TV video on the VW ID.4 First Edition. Reason being, this is actually my company vehicle, so I've been driving it now since May last year, so a solid 9 months, and who better to kind of give a bit of a perspective than the person that is spending so much time behind the wheel. So we're going to take a look around the outside, wander around and show you a couple of the highlights, and then we'll have a look at the inside, go for a drive, and we can give you a little bit more technical knowledge and safety information, and for me to give you a bit of an opinion from a personal perspective. So VW ID.4 First Edition comes with lots of added extras, and I'm not going to lie, I absolutely love this car. I'm a big motorhead, and I'm not going to lie, I was a little bit nervous about going into electric, but this is by far the best car I've ever had. So I'm going to show you a couple of highlights of this now. As standard, the First Edition vehicle comes with 20-inch alloys, and I think you'll probably agree with me, they are pretty smart looking. As we come round the outside, you have, as standard, the roof rails and the rear privacy glass windows, which I think you'll agree makes the vehicle look absolutely awesome. Now the vehicle comes with the battery at the bottom, so it gives it that heavy feel, so it's a solid car. So this is your SUV and is a solid vehicle to be driving out on the road with, and it's fantastic in the fact of it gives you that opportunity to have the massive boot space. I carry quite a lot of kit. I know that people in their company vehicles or in their personal vehicles want to be able to obviously have a lot of family packing, you know, prams and things like that. If we come round to the boot, you can see how big it actually is, and obviously you can tell that I've had a bit of a tidy up, because again, the battery is underneath the vehicle. It allows for a larger amount of space. From a storage point of view, your charging cables are stored away, out of the way, and there's plenty of opportunities to hook up where necessary. You also have the ability to install your 12-volt charge there as well, but again, boot capacity wise is an absolute winner. Sensor lights all the way around the rear, so you've got here rear lights, and the light comes all the way across, which is great. Now typically in the past what VW have had is they've used this as the point to open the boot, but actually now it's under here. The only drawback on that is when the car's filthy, you tend to get a little bit grubby as well, unfortunately. Charging, very simple. It's just a push to open, and you have the ability to do your fast charge. Here you have the light. Now, if the vehicle's being charged and it's green, it's working. If it flashes up red, then there's an issue, so you need to be able to disconnect from it. But it's great to have that ability to know that it is charging as green or red. You need to disconnect and maybe give it another go. Put that back. Now we're going to take a look inside. Right then. This vehicle is the most spacious and comfortable, like I've said, that I've ever driven. You have the armrest and everything literally at the touch of a finger. A couple of bits and pieces here. So down here we have obviously your front windows. The only thing I'm not a massive fan of this is I can control the rear windows, but what I actually have to do is I have to be able to press the rear button to then control the rear windows. So it becomes a little bit of a faff, but I can see what they've tried to do by having, you know, the less is more scenario. Like I said, everything is here in front of you. Anything that can be controlled from here can also be controlled from here as well. Looking directly on the dash here, it's great in the fact that it tells me how much charge I've got there. And what you have here is, to be able to drive it, because obviously it's an automatic, this is your control paddle. Now for a lot of people it takes a little bit of getting used to, but I'll be honest with you, within the space of a couple of hours of driving it, it's actually quite easy. You flick it forward to drive, and then you flick it in reverse to come back. Good point actually there is the rear camera. fantastic, really, really clear cut. If you take a look at the dash there, you can see how clear and clean it is. The only downfall, again, a little bit when I was talking about the boot, is if the car gets mucky, that camera tends to get a little bit blurred. But the car's just been validated for today, so actually that's looking crisp. So the car has a range, WLTP, of 310 miles, which is really positive. Real world, you're looking at anything sort of like, I can probably get sort of about 290, 295 on a chilled day. You do notice a difference, obviously, dependent on the weather. My suggestion is that just to be more aware of it, just be more cautious when you're braking and your acceleration during the colder periods. Now, when you put a postcode into the sat nav, it'll actually bring up and obviously navigate to you where you need to go. But one of the added features is when you start to approach a point where you need to be turning left or turning right or doing some sort of maneuver, there is a blue line that appears along the front of the dash. And what that actually signals to you is that you need to make a left-hand turn or you need to make a right-hand turn. Now that's great because very often I actually drive with the navigation turned off. So this is a great advantage if I'm not paying attention to my sat nav properly and I get this blue line that appears that actually grabs my attention and tells me that I need to do something. The great thing about that as well is if I have something that's fast approaching me and heading towards me, or I need to perform an emergency maneuver, that red line appears along the front. So it's a blue line when I'm driving with the sat nav, a red line appears when I need to do an emergency maneuver, and if I have a phone call coming in, there's a green line that appears along the front. So it's a great thing to be able to have visually when you're maybe potentially concentrating on maybe a phone call or obviously actually using the road. From a technical point of view, it's got adaptive cruise control, powertrain electric motor, so it has the rechargeable batteries. It will give you the hill holder, the speed limiter, energy recuperation engine, electric driven wheels at the rear, so it's a rear wheel drive. It's got a 150 kilowatt electric motor and comes with a 77 kilowatt lithium ion battery. From a safety point of view, some of the added features are the electronic traction control, automatic hazard lights, lane departure warning system, but also comes with stability control system, brake system, the ISOFIX preparation, and the anti-collision system, which activates your seat belts, activates the brake lights, and brakes at a low speed to include the brake assist. So guys, that's a small insight into the world of the VW ID.4 first edition, and a bit of a perspective from me having my own experiences of driving it all over the country. Now, as Pat says every week, we like what we do. We're very passionate about what we do, and what would be great is if you could like our videos and share our videos with your colleagues or family members or anybody that's potentially looking to move into the new world of alternative fuels. It can be a little bit daunting, but we're here to support you in any way we can. We post our videos every fortnight, so please do like and share our videos. Follow us on our YouTube channel, and please stay in touch with us on social media platforms, and we're here for anything that you guys might need. So we look forward to seeing you very soon. Take care.